What is going on, YouTube? What is going on, Kansas City? And what is going on, everybody? And welcome to the Beat of KC. My name is Lucas Murphy, and I am super excited to bring you guys this video today. And really, it is a hot topic. It really spurned up and became a very hot topic around the Kansas City Chiefs backfield, the running back room, and really the potential of what could be this room heading into week 1. So currently, we sit with running back number 1, Isaiah Pacheco. The Kansas City Chiefs did return Kareem Hunt on a 1-year deal, who currently looks to be the number 2 back. And then after that, it seems to be really kind of a plug-and-play type of thing. They did sign Elijah Mitchell in the offseason. They are returning Carson Steele, and they drafted an absolute stud in Breece Smith. That is a mix. So you have a physical downhill runner with veterans like Isaiah Pacheco, really the Kareem Hunt, and then Elijah Mitchell provides the ability to be shifty, to catch the ball out of the backfield and do some other things. Carson Steele, a thumper, again, another downhill runner. And then you add a guy like Breece Smith, who has the ability to just catch the football and snap off a long run. He has the ability to do that also when handing off, getting the handoff. I think Breece Smith really provides you with an uptick in the flexibility in the running back room. But recently there has been discussions about trades, and it does seem very intriguing to me. I think this is one of the deepest the running back room has been for the Kansas City Chiefs in a while. And I really want to emphasize the Kansas City Chiefs, their primary focus on offense isn't necessarily running the football. They do love to throw the football, and the reason is because they have the best quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. And this is, again, probably the deepest the wide receiver room has been in a while. So we're going to really kind of break down and talk about some potential trade options that have been rumored to the Kansas City Chiefs. I do want to be clear before I start to get into this. I think the opportunities for adding a running back to this room are going to be cuts that come from teams reducing down to 52. I don't personally feel the Kansas City Chiefs are going to make a splash type of trade with a running back because of exactly what I stated earlier. We like to throw the football, and I think the fact that the running back room is already pretty solidified. Now, I do believe we are lacking a little bit when it comes to pass protection with a running back. And the reason I say that is because we had a guy like Samaje Perine, whose role really was having the ability to pass protect when it's third down. And you know there's a good chance if it's third and long, they're not going to be running the football. So I do think we're missing a piece like that. Carson Steele fits that mold, but has he had the ability to really show and demonstrate that that's what he is capable of doing, which is why they're probably looking for another running back. Now, a lot of these guys that we're going to mention have been rumored to the Kansas City Chiefs. Not necessarily it's going to happen, but people are tying those names to the Kansas City Chiefs. A lot of these guys, that's not really what they're known for either, so it's really a confusing thing. The first one up is going to be Jets running back Breece Hall. And I think Breece Hall is a phenomenal running back, whether you're looking at it from the NFL's perspective or a fantasy perspective. Breece Hall provides a lot. He does have ties to Kansas. He did go to Iowa State. And so there really is a deep tie to Breece Hall, widely believed to be a prime trade target for the Kansas City Chiefs, offering big play oomph and versatility. Now, analysts believe that he could be traded for a mid-round pick, especially with Hall's upside. I think that's very valuable and very fair. Yet the Jets have publicly shot down those trade talks around him. New head coach Aaron Glenn flatly came out and denied these trades, saying that they don't really mean anything. Like, we want Breece Hall to be here. That's what it's about. The Jets media also pushed back strongly via these opinions and urging fans to stop the speculation. And I truly believe that I'm with them. I don't think that this is going to happen. The Jets are really trying to make a push. They have made a lot of additions on the offense, and getting rid of a piece like Breece Hall would only hinder and hurt their offense. He is entering into his final year of his rookie contract and is seen as a centerpiece. And so I truly don't believe that something like that is going to happen. Now, the next one that has been speculated has been Travis Etienne. He comes from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Multiple outlets have speculated a possible trade for him, and it doesn't even necessarily be tied to the Kansas City Chiefs. He's been rumored to go to a lot of different places. So that's pointing to the rise of their backup running back, Tank Bigsby, and the new coaching staff really understands that Etienne is entering into his last year of his contract. So, there's a good chance that he might be on the trade block, especially when it comes to cutting down to 52 and really moving forward. However, again, Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen explicitly said they're not looking to trade him. The fan sentiment still favors keeping him, noting his versatility and value in the run game, and I could not agree more with that. I think he provides, a Trevor Lawrence the option to not only hand the football off, but to throw the football to him. And we've seen what he's been capable of doing, again, not only in a real-life NFL football game, but what he provides in a fantasy perspective. The bottom line is the trade interests exist on paper, but Jaguars appear intent on keeping him, making this a long shot for not only Kansas City, but maybe some other people as well. It just truly depends. I believe he probably is more likely to be on the market because of his final year of his contract, but again, I think it's a long shot. And now the final one is Kenneth Walker. Walker is increasingly viewed as a trade candidate. They do have multiple running backs there in Seattle. There's a new coaching staff that's been there. They've changed the focus a little bit. They bring in Sam Darnold. They have the ability to throw the football, but I think the versatility of their running back room offers up the opportunity for him to be traded. Reasons include declining production, he's had injuries, and again, another running back that's in a contract year. The team setup makes him expendable. The roster depth, his injury history, and really the question marks over value. What is he truly valued to the Seahawks, and really what's his value to the NFL? But there's also cautionary modeling warning that trading him could be premature, and I agree with that. I do believe that a two-headed monster, in most NFL situations, you want to have as much depth in the running back room, and the reason is because it is a very heavy contact sport, ladies and gentlemen. Injuries happen, especially we just went over that with Kenneth Walker. He's had injury history, and so to get rid of somebody like that and his experience, I think just seems to be really kind of a falsity in a way. The trade possibility is there. There's risk, and it hinges on how deep, a team specifically like the Kansas City Chiefs wants to go and whether the Seahawks prefer to move him. So the final piece that we're going to do is really kind of talk about the trade likelihood with really any of these running backs. Breece Hall, I truly believe, is a low to medium trade likelihood. His fits with Kansas City is high because he's dynamic and he has the 3-down upside. Now, again, the Jets publicly are resistant to trading him, so more than likely this will not happen. Now, the next one, Travis Etienne. Again, trade likelihood is going to be low in my opinion. How he fits with Kansas City, it's a medium. He's versatile, dual threat, but the fact that he's a little bit on the smaller side, again, the Kansas City Chiefs are kind of looking for a pass blocker potentially. So the fit to me is low, and Jaguars again say they're not interested in trading. Now, Kenneth Walker is a little bit more going to fit. The trade likelihood is a medium. His fit with Kansas City is a medium. He's experienced, potential fit. But my downside with that is the fact that he does have an injury history. And so I really kind of don't see him fitting with the Kansas City Chiefs, especially with what we currently have already in the running back room. And the Seahawks may trade, but the value and the injuries again are an issue. And does he fit another team better than maybe the Kansas City Chiefs? So that is going to be this video. I appreciate everybody listening and checking out this video. It does mean a ton. I appreciate the support. Let me know down in the comment section who you are interested. Do you believe a trade for a running back will happen? If so, who do you believe that will be? Make sure you guys smash that subscribe button. Make sure you smash that like button. And as always, I end every video the exact same way because I truly mean it. Have a good day.